Hello, everybody. My name is Jose Cortez, and I'm your English 1 instructor. I just made this video to take the opportunity to introduce myself, give a little bit of my background, and talk about the course and give some information on how the class that we're going to be having together is going to work. So, a bit about me. Before I had the opportunity to start teaching at Solano, I used to be a student at Solano, and Solano was a tremendously important place for me and my path, into the career that I love so much. I had a pretty difficult time through high school. To be honest with you, I didn't graduate on time. I almost didn't graduate high school at all. But then after, being able to finish up with some summer school and take some units after the rest of my class had graduated, I kind of felt, a little bit lost. I didn't quite know where I was going to go after that. And so I made the decision to take some classes at Solano College with some friends from school. And that was quite honestly one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. I signed up, and one of my first semesters, the class that I took was an English class. And that was just an incredibly just transformative experience for me. I felt like that was the first time that I really felt like a student, that I really felt capable of being able to, you know, convey my ideas and feel strong about myself as a learner. And right now, I feel incredibly lucky to have the opportunity to be able to teach at a place that meant so much for me. And so I hope that, in the time that we have together for this class, regardless of where you feel about yourself as a learner as you start this semester, that there's going to be opportunities for us to be able to share some of these moments where, we can exchange ideas and then also, feel stronger by the end of the semester in the way that we critically think about ideas and present ideas in our writing. And I think that that's really the most important thing about a class like English 1, right? Is that we become critical consumers of information, that we read things together, we really think about how, the meaning of these things that we're reading, the significance of the things that we're reading, and then be able to share our ideas and perspectives on some of these topics in our writing. Um, and so I know that in an online class, sometimes that can become difficult, but it's my goal through, online discussions, through maybe some conversations that we're able to have in office hours, in these little small group meetings, in office hours and what I'll call mini lessons, which I'll talk about in a second, or just watching some videos that I'll be posting online of me talking through some things that will really be able to have this opportunity to exchange some ideas and try to recreate as much of that stuff that happens in a traditional face-to-face classroom in an online context. So a bit about the way that the class is going to work. Um, this class is what's called an asynchronous class, meaning that there are no set times that this class meets. You're not required to attend this class on a specific day at a specific time. Instead, what I'll be doing is I'll be posting all the work online in what's called modules. And you'll see the module for this first week, just under week 1. And then every single week, I'll be releasing a new module. And I typically release those Sunday afternoon to Sunday night, right? But with the intention of them starting each Monday. So every Monday, there'll be a new module, a new week worth of work. There'll be, some different readings in each module, maybe a different like a continuing writing assignment, online discussion, things like that. And, they'll be a little bit different depending on where we are in the semester. And I'll always release them 1 week at a time. And the reason that I'd like to do that is it makes it feel like kind of just like treating this class on like a weekly schedule, right? In the same way that we would if we were coming to campus and having this class regularly. I think that's one of the best pieces of advice that I could give for being successful in this class is just regularly checking in, regularly going through the work, right? So you don't have to feel about like the work being overwhelming and having a bunch of stuff come down at once. But then also, you just kind of get into that routine of working through the class. I will have regular office hours. My office hours are on Monday from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Um, and during those office hours, I'll be available to just on Zoom, and all the Zoom information is posted in the syllabus. It's always going to be the same Zoom ID that you'll be able to log in and meet with me there. And those will be times that I'll be there to answer any questions that you have about the class. I can work with you on essays that you're working on. If we're working through a reading and you have questions about that reading, you can stop in there and ask me those questions. And it's just a time for us to be able to interact. In addition to that, there will be times where I'll be hosting what are called mini lessons. And those will be live where you'll be able to sign in. And it's kind of like to simulate, little 30-minute to hour-long classes. Those are never required. I know some of you have classes that might be meeting at that time, maybe, have work or whatever it is that you have going on. I really encourage you to be able to attend those, but if you can't attend those, it's totally fine. Maybe you can attend some, but not others. Whatever the case is, when I have the mini lessons, it's nice to have students in those because you're able to ask questions with me as I'm kind of going through. I can maybe have one focus, like our first one's gonna be focused next week on the reading process, or there might be one introducing a writing prompt. You're talking about, how to write an introduction or whatever the case is that we're working on. I kind of build these mini lessons or create these mini lessons as the semester is going on, depending on what we need for the class. If you can't attend those, I record them. And then as soon as they're over, I upload them to YouTube and then I post them on Canvas under the announcements. So again, if you can't attend those, no problem. Um, so a big key to, again, to being successful in this class, other than just kind of like regularly, you know, keeping up with the work, is just communication. I want you all to know that like I'm here to support you this semester. I know that I'm not physically in a classroom with you. We're not on campus where I have like my office and you can just stop in anytime you have questions. But I'm constantly available. I'm available in my office hours. You can make appointments to meet with me if my office hours don't work for you. I'm happy to meet you at Zoom at different times. I meet with students in the evening. I meet with students sometimes on the weekends, depending on what people's schedules look like, different days of the week. So I'm available quite a bit. I actually am teaching a couple classes on campus this semester. So there's going to be some times on Tuesdays and Thursdays that are going to be a little harder to get a hold of me. But just reach out to me and let me know if there's ever a time that you want to meet where my office hours don't work for you. And again, I can find time to be able to meet with you. You email, I'm always going to be quick to respond to email. I know that's our number one way of communicating with each other, in an online modality. So shoot me an email. I try to get back to you within a day or two at the absolute most. And I'll be able to reach out to you that way. Also, I have a Google Voice account set up. So you can call me or you can text me, and that's another really easy way. Sometimes someone will just have like a really quick question about the homework or something we're doing, for the week for class, and if you want to just shoot me a quick text or give me a call, anytime during the normal workday, that's totally fine. And I'm really quick to get back to that. So my number is 707-297-3966. And again, that's a really easy way to be able to get a hold of me. Um, Again, I'm here to support you through this class. In addition to me, there's also a video that's posted of Chris Summers, who's our class TA. And it's nice because we have a TA to be able to support the class, to be able to meet with you, answer questions you have, same thing, work with you on your essays. And it just gives the opportunity for there to be an additional resource, hear an additional voice. Chris introduces himself in a video, but is also a Solano student, so went through a lot of the same classes. We have some of the same teachers that you have now. And so it's just a really nice opportunity to have as much support as possible in the class. Please don't ever feel like you're bothering me by reaching out to me through email or asking to meet with me at an additional time or an additional office hour. Again, that's my job. That's what I'm here for. So anytime you have to send an email, it's not the same as when we're on campus where you're able to see me in the hallway or see me in class and ask a question or something like that. So don't ever hesitate. You have a question about an assignment, send me an email, give me a call, send me a text, post something on Canvas. Again, that's what I'm here for, is people to support you through the class. Um, so again, don't ever feel like there's any kind of, sometimes I get these emails, people like, hey, sorry to bother you, but you're absolutely not bothering me. That's what I'm here for. And on the other side, I'll be reaching out to you too. If there's ever times where, I maybe notice that somebody's falling behind with an assignment or something like that. I'll send you emails. I might give people calls to check in just to make sure that, we're building as much of a community as we can through this semester while we're working online. So again, I'm Jose. I'm your English 1 instructor. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. And I really look forward to having class together this semester.